What up, folks? I'm UltraZilla, and this is the UltraZ News Weekend Update, the only toy news not for reviews, but for all the views, of course. But, quick update about the me's of this channel, just in case you were wondering. The plumbing issue has been resolved now. There was a huge hole in my front yard just a few days ago. But, you know, piping was placed in, new piping, and the hole is patched. Doesn't look so great out there right now, but the actual plumbing issue is past us. I shouldn't be getting any floods down here, thankfully. So, that, you know, seems to be resolved, and that is a good thing. We can move on from that at the very least. Alright, so let's get to the news. This week, Hasbro had a major presence at multiple international shows, Comic-Cons, toy shows, all over the place. There's honestly a few this past weekend, and we got massive Transformers news. The new Transformers series of toys, like, we are now past Legacy, and we're into the Primes. So we're gonna talk about all the reveals from that, and then there was Marvel Legends reveals aplenty, and some really good ones, some stuff that I want to talk about. So we're actually gonna lead off with that stuff because, for me, especially the Transformers stuff, it is huge. You guys know I love Prime. Transformers 1 touched upon the 13 Primes, so this is really, really cool news. Then we got, you know, a bunch of Godzilla news, X Plus news, HIYA news, which is very interesting. Definitely gonna have something to say about that. And various other things. So without any further ado, let's just get to the news. And that's right, starting in 2025, the new Transformers toy line is the Age of the Primes. And we're kicking things off in style with Star Convoy. That's right, you guys saw me do the Generation Select Star Convoy here on the channel earlier this year, which was, you know, a few years old and, you know, repainted. This is a brand new Commander, no, actually it's a Titan class figure, but it's sort of in between Commander class and Titan class as far as price. It's not as big as a Titan class figure, it looks like, but, you know, it is what Star Convoy was really in the manga and stuff, which was like a base, like a giant base, and it does come with a hot rod figure, a mini hot rod figure. So this is really, really cool. I like the looks of it. It definitely looks more on model than the one that we did here, which I really liked, but this is gonna be really, really awesome. It's expected to be $90, though it might be more. It might be closer to $150. But we'll see when the pre-orders drop very, very shortly. Next up, we can't get rid of this thing. It is the Grimlock G2 colors. They had to do it. These were the real G2 colors. So yeah, I mean, it had to be done. They didn't get a chance to do it before in Legacy, so they're completing it now in the Age of the Primes. That's fine. Let's get it. We got to get these colors for Grimlock. It's going to be like my 5th Grimlock, 6th Grimlock. I don't even know. But yeah, I'm down. So besides Star Optimus Prime, and that's Star Optimus Prime, not Star Convoy here, we're getting a Prime, which, if you didn't know, is the absolute first Transformer ever created by Primus. This is awesome that we're getting this figure. I think it's fantastic. He does come with the awesome Star Saber sword, which has the Matrix of Leadership in its hilt. So yeah, of course, count me in on all of the Primes, no doubt about it. Next up, we have a Solus Prime, which was the first female Transformer, I believe. Like, the template for Transformer females starts with her, and it looks gorgeous, honestly. It's a really, really nice one. So yeah, I mean, look, I'm in. You don't have to convince me much. Moving away from the actual Primes in Series 1, we are actually getting a Superion, and the aerial bots begin with the huge Silver Bolt, who's going to be a Commander class figure, though, like, obviously, as you can see here, he's probably not going to be as big because he's got other things that he uses. But then we also are going to be getting Air Raid in a Series 1, which, you know, they look cool. I was never a big aerial bots guy. I never even, like, put together my Superion from, like, the last one. Slingshot is next. And he looks okay too. Like, I'm just not into them. I don't think I'm gonna collect the aerial bots, honestly. I don't really care to build Superion here. He does look cool, you know, but it's alright. I think I'm gonna be okay missing out on this one. Next up, we got Transformers animated Waspinator, who doesn't turn into a wasp. He turns into a car. But he still looks okay. I'm not sure I'm gonna get this one, but that's fine. Then we got Armada Red Alert, who looks, again, okay. I like Armada a lot, you guys know that, but I'm not, like, you know, itching to get it. We'll see when it comes out. Then, of course, we got the big leader class Megatronus. We talked about this guy last week, but here are the official picks, and yeah, that is a must-get. The other major Hasbro reveal for Transformers non-primes is a Sonic crossover. That's right. The collaborative efforts continue with Sonic and Tails as Transformers. They're not called Sonic and Tails, but whatever. They're Sonic and Tails as Transformers. And it begs the question, again, what happened with Godzilla? I know that's on the Takara side and the Synergex branding. But look at the other Synergex branding. Yeah, Godzilla got the shaft. Moving over to Marvel Legends. Let's start out with the one I'm most excited about, and that is Spider-Man 77. The old TV show Spider-Man, and I loved that show. I don't know if it was like a show or a series of TV movies, whatever it was. It makes this one a must-get, even though it looks like to be a Walmart exclusive. Blah. Next up, we have a new wave of X-Men coming out, which looks really cool, available later in 2025. And the Build-A-Figure is Nemesis, which does look pretty good, although didn't that character have a different name? And then we're getting Marrow in the line, an X-Factor Cyclops. I always loved his costume here. That's a beautiful effect. A Wolverine from Extreme X-Force, and then Husk, which was always an interesting character, and then an Age of Apocalypse, a Nightcrawler, cool outfit, a Fabian Cortez, man, that guy I didn't really like, and an AOA Gambit, which always looked awesome. Then from the Spider-Man movie figures available later this month is the Lizard, who looks really, really good. Definitely interested in that. There's a Target exclusive Professor X from the Savage Land, and then a Spider-Man wave coming with this dude Kane, who looks absolutely stunning, honestly. And then Agent of Venom, which is pretty cool, and Spider-Man Unlimited. I'm not as into that as other people are. The female Electro, I don't really know her name. There was also Spider-Boy, whoops. But that concludes my Hasbro coverage from their reveals. Major reveals. I think both lines are looking fantastic for 2025, but for me, Star Convoy and the Primes are where it is at. Star Convoy has already a big leg up on Figure of the Year for next year, just by the looks of it. We'll see, you know, it's a long time from now, but it does look awesome. So let's move on now. Let's move on to some Godzilla stuff, starting with HIYA Toys, and their latest announcement is the Godzilla 2002. But I'm still waiting for that one, because this is not Godzilla 2002. I'm not sure what exactly is going on here, but it is way off the mark in my book. And I don't even think that's a controversial take this time. I think most folks will agree with me that this is probably their weakest reveal that they've had pretty much ever. That says a lot, because I didn't like the 2000 at all. So yeah, I think this doesn't need any tweaks. I think they need to go back to the drawing board and just look at the reference and start again. Mega House's UA Monsters probably has their strongest looking release yet with their Godzilla -1. This looks awesome from, I don't know if they were calling it a Final Battle version, whatever version they're calling it, but you guys know when he's doing this, and this looks phenomenal. Honestly, this is the coolest one I think I've seen them do in this series thus far, so definitely of interest, though it's probably going to be a little expensive. Okay, we got some major news to talk about because Gundam is crossing over with Evangelion, sort of. It is a Gundam series, a new anime produced by Studio Kara, who produces the Evangelion movies. You know, headed up by Hideaki Anno. That's right, and obviously this design for this Gundam, which name is called something like Jikax. You know, it's a crazy long name, crazy weird. I don't know if that's exactly how you pronounce it, but that's how I've heard pronounce it. Shout out to Mecha Gyatso for even trying that, and I think I messed up that name as well. But anywho, Jikax, let's go with that. It looks really, really cool. It really looks like an Evangelion with a Gundam head and colors, which looks amazing. There's a metal robot spirit, which is what you're seeing right now, as well as an HD model kit that's available. So you're getting a high-end and a low-end item to start out with. If there's a Gundam universe of this, I'm all in. X Plus North America put up their purple Mega Elan for pre-order. It looks fantastic, guys. This thing looks amazing. I saw it in person. If you're into Megalon, if you're into X Plus, I feel like this is one you need to own because it's absolutely gorgeous looking in these colors. Man, that hint of purple, so good. Also from X Plus, how about another Evangelion crossover? Kiryu with Eva OO, and this looks amazing as well. The Rick version does have light up eyes, so have at it if you like it. Then we got some new reaction figures coming from Super 7, including a Titanosaurus, which is the major new one here. Everything else is kind of a variant. In Good Smiles The Gut Tie series, there is going to be a Black Mike Gain, and this looks absolutely stunning. The evil Mike Gain just looks like one badass robot for sure. Then Yellow Park is doing a Rise of the Beast Mirage, and a brand new company is getting into it. Something called Action Battlers from Transformers, and they look alright. They look like to be maybe like blind boxes. They're probably kind of small, maybe like in the style of these Blokies, but you know, more actual G1-esque and not super deformed. Then Takara is doing more Missing Link figures with Sunstreaker and a Cordon, not Cordon Bleu. And speaking of Takara, and speaking of the Braves, when we mentioned Black Mike Gain, Takara in their Toy Rise line is doing a Gao Gaigar, which looks absolutely amazing. I really want to get into the Toy Rise line, but they're going to be a little expensive, and I wish they didn't do that. I wish they were more affordable figures. I feel like Super 7 and Mondo synchronized these releases. We're getting a dark Mumra, because Mumra needs to be darker, but this is a really nice black and red color scheme, and then Mondo has finally put up for pre-order their amazing looking Lion-O. This is absolutely stunning. This is much bigger though than the Mumra, so they don't really go together, but it was pretty funny that they released both of their orders at the same time. Let's end off with a couple of DST diorama statues with the Frodo statue, which looks really, really good. Contemplating what to do with his ring, and then the Death Ranger, which, oh my gosh, that looks absolutely incredible. So maybe a couple of statues you'll see me reviewing next year. And there you go, guys. That's the Ultra Z News. Hope you dug it. Let me know your thoughts down below on any of these. And if you're new to the channel, why don't you go ahead and sub yourself for daily content, and let me help you diversify your collection. Till next time, peace out, peeps.